SMB protocol, how it works and what makes it vulnerable. Even when you know everything about your job, knowing how to secure your organization's data from cyber threats is a challenge. How would you feel when you realize there was a security breach at work and cyber criminals stole all your project files through unsuspecting content you downloaded? What is cybersecurity employee training? Cybersecurity employee training is an educational approach to improving the risky behaviors of employees, which might lead to security breaches. It entails providing employees with relevant IT information and knowledge to protect them from cyber attacks both at home and in the office. Human error is one of the biggest causes of major security breaches. This isn't entirely surprising, as you can be busy at the office and unknowingly click on phishing emails. You can even go as far as accessing sensitive information on an unprotected network. These risky behaviors emphasize the need for employees to be educated on cybersecurity. What is the importance of cybersecurity employee training? As cybersecurity threats keep increasing, individual and company data aren't safe anymore. They're becoming vulnerable to these attacks by the day. With many organizations incorporating remote work policies into their work settings, their vulnerability has increased more. Getting practical training on cybersecurity helps you know how to recognize and respond to cyber attacks during your interactions on the Internet. 4 tips to build an effective cybersecurity employee training program. Effective cybersecurity training for employees goes a long way in preventing security breaches caused by human error. To achieve this, let's see some tips for building result-oriented training. 1. Focus on continuous cybersecurity training. Cybersecurity training shouldn't be a one-and-done process. Cybercriminals don't rely on one technique. They use several attack methods and change them continuously. These bad guys are aware that hacking tactics evolve, so what worked a year ago may no longer be effective this year. 2. Offer customized training. There are a lot of cybersecurity training programs out there, and your staff may not need all of them. Get customized training. Let it apply to your employees and their roles in the organization. For instance, if your business is in healthcare, offer topics that focus on HIPAA compliance. If your employees work from home, make provision for training that covers the use of personal devices. 3. Create different learning styles. The classroom style of learning remains the traditional method of teaching. However, everyone doesn't learn that way. Some of your employees may not thrive in that theory-based learning. 4. Measure the effectiveness of training. Cyber employee training aims to help employees recognize and avoid cyber attacks. Effective training measures employees' performance to know if there has been improvement or not. 4 key cybersecurity employee training topics. When looking up cybersecurity training programs, you must go for topics that cover cyber threats you're most likely to face in your workplace. Here are some vital cybersecurity training topics an employee should undergo. 1. Password hygiene. Passwords are the most common means of authentication on web applications. You probably own multiple online accounts that you access by presenting your username and a password. Remembering multiple passwords can be overwhelming, so you resort to using generic passwords that are easy to recall. This is poor password hygiene, and it's a threat to your organization's security online. As technological security becomes stronger, social engineering techniques are now increasingly used by attackers to exploit the weakest link, people. This makes your employees a target. Scammers usually take advantage of human errors to gain unauthorized access to private information belonging to individuals or organizations. 3. Secure remote work practices. Remote work has become commonplace in recent years. Many employees now work from home, using their personal devices such as home internet rather than the secured one installed in the office. With this trend, cybercriminals are now targeting such employees to gain access to the company's sensitive data. 4. Phishing attacks. Phishing is one of the most effective channels cybercriminals use to launch attacks online. There's a steady rise in this form of cyber attack as remote work makes it even more difficult for organizations to ensure workers aren't falling victims. Hackers now use clever techniques like business email compromise to trick employees into downloading malicious attachments to access the company's sensitive data. But effective cybersecurity training on this topic can educate team members on how to spot phishing attacks. Empowering employees in the organization's best interest. One of the top priorities of businesses in this digital era is to protect their data. With cyber threats getting more sophisticated, continuous cybersecurity employee training is key in meeting that goal. The idea of training employees on cybersecurity is to implement total security. When everyone knows the right things to do to secure company data, cyber criminals will have the most challenging time penetrating your network.